You are listening to Hollywood After Dark. You number one spot for all things movies, entertainment. You are listening to Hollywood After You are listening to Hollywood After Dark. You number one spot for all things movies, entertainment, and late-night commentary about semen.
All right, folks, how's it going? Welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. That was interesting. That was unique. That was funny. That was really funny. That was actually an AI voice person. We can actually have it say a bunch of different things here. I'm just gonna quickly give a shout out to my homies here. Let me just do a quick shout out, right? Shout out to my homies, right? We're just gonna have this be played. Yeah, come on. Play it. It's processing. Wait. It may not work. All right. You know what? It would help if I would download this stuff before having it say it live, but it's processing.
Shout out to my homies. Shout out to my homies.
There you go. Shout out to my homies. That little opening was brought to you by Rational Skeptic, who did drop a $5 super chat. Says, have you tried 11 Labs AI voice generator yet? On 4chan, someone recreated Emma Watson's voice. No, I mean, I just checked it out for the first time. So, you know what? I might be able to get some nice little plugs for the show. You know, you're listening, like get Morgan Freeman. You're listening to Hollywood After Dark. I can't do it. I can't. You thought it was the small screen guy. You thought it was James? James, yeah. It's Google text to speech. I mean, it's a bit more in depth than Google text to speech. It's you know, it's a little bit different there. Sounds soulless AF. I mean, to be fair, a lot of commentary on the internet sounds so. Have you ever actually like listened to a lot of AI stuff? Right, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, that was a bit of a rough start there. I was trying to get it done right. And now we got, of course, the Streamlabs or StreamYard is giving me that, you know, one bar of death sort of thing. So if it's a little crazy, I apologize. A little jittery, a little nutty. Also, I went a little bit late tonight too because I was recording my review of Megan, which will be up later tonight on Podio Commentary. I need to watch The Last of Us. Here's a heartbreaking episode. Lots of homophobia coming out of that after the end of that, right? Lots of homophobia coming off of this week's episode of The Last of Us. People out there probably never played the game, or if they did play the game, they completely overlooked the fact that one character really, really, really is gay. And there's a whole, you know, subplot in the game about it. If you, you know, it's crazy. Yeah, Ryan, I saw, I didn't see it. Is it laggy? Is it laggy? God damn it. This is why I don't go on fucking camera, barely, you guys. I can't do shit about it and nothing like that. It just fucking does it. So, you know, I keep freezing a couple seconds. Yeah, I can't do shit about that, man. It's like, I have a solid connection. I don't know what I don't know what to do. I pay for this shit. It's annoying as hell that I pay for this shit. There he is. Give me 2 bars now. Doing it again. It might be if I take that off. Sometimes if I take off, if something like requires like a lot of data, it sometimes has its problems. You know what I mean? Like if I'm watching like a show or if a video clip or something, it might does that there. Yeah, it's doing like the best I can. I don't get it. This is why I don't go on camera very often, because it usually doesn't have that big of a problem. So someone created Megan's voice in 11 Labs. How do they do that? I guess I need to like dive into that shit. Hopefully Zachary Levi didn't do a bad oopsie. He did some stuff. Zachary Levi definitely did some stuff. Let's see here. Garrick asking, what do you think of the quartering getting suspended from Twitter despite sucking up to Elon Musk? Dude, that situation's wild. Like I kind of want to do like a further deep dive into it because it is, I believe, entertainment industry related. Like that's how I justify. That's how I justify. It has to be entertainment industry related. But the big factor when it comes to this whole Twitter situation with the quartering and like Brittany Venti and a number of other people has a lot to do with the fact that you've got this like public made available information. This YouTube video, this music video that's been out for 6 fucking years. And then like all of a sudden, like the woman in it's like, whoa, don't look at me. Whoa, you can't do that. It's crazy. Did Zachary do an oopsie that would make him leave DC and go back to Marvel? No. He pulled a similar oopsie. We'll talk about it. You gotta wait for it, Zachary. We're not there yet, buddy. You gotta wait. This is like, there's a lead in there. Multiple tabs, maybe multiple tabs. I do have multiple tabs open. Let me actually shut a bunch of these out. That could be a problem. Wait, what do I have up here? Do I need that? No, don't need that. Don't need that. We're shutting it down, folks. We're breaking the conditioning. I can shut down that. And all right, yeah, maybe that's the fucking issue. Maybe that's the thing. Closing down some tabs, freeing up some space. So you're impatient. Well, you gotta wait, man. You gotta wait. I know, you guys know me. You're here enough. You're a channel member. You know I bury the lead. I've only been live for like not even 7 minutes. Not even 7 minutes. The creator Brickster says Matt is making sure his Rockade account is off screen. No, it's not. I don't have a Rockade account. Let's see. Roman here says at this point, Justin Roiland is definitely being silenced. Bet he can rat on so many. No, again, what you have to understand, man, is like, look, what you have to remember about Hollywood and about a lot of these people, right? Really, what you really have to remember is that they can always come back. Right? I mean, even Bill Cosby is about ready to go on tour again at the age of 93 because his conviction was vacated due to the problems with it. Right? That doesn't mean he's not guilty. It just means that he's he can do whatever he wants, sort of thing. He's going to go back out there. And who knows how crazy that's going to get? Who knows all the people are going to go see his comedy show? Louis C.K. beat off in front of many women. That came out back in 2017. He lost practically everything. He did his time, right? He went back to the grind. He started doing small comedy clubs. He started, rehearsing some bits, really kind of leveling up his game. And then he started putting on his own stuff as he usually did. And he sold well. He did a couple of comedy specials and he won a fucking Grammy. And people were furious that he won a Grammy, but you know what? The world is still standing. So it's like, Justin Roiland, I don't know what he did. We don't know the details yet. We don't know until the court filings come out. We don't know. Wrong audio avatar. All right, we'll try that. There we go. Yeah, you know what it is? You know what it might be, guys? I did get an email today from StreamYard saying, we'll try that again, saying that there was outages last night and I might have been like impacted by that one. Again, right away drops off. The connection is unstable. So yeah, there's all that crap. He's pausing for dramatic effect. Yeah, this. All right. I'm just going to go off cam and see if that helps because, if that actually can help out quite a bit or not. Cause yeah, it's automatically increasing itself, which sucks. Cause like, I don't normally go on camera that often and shit. And it's like, it's really, all right, let's see here. Right. I'm back on camera. I'm looking at it again. Tonight's going to be probably a quicker show just because like clearly we're having tech issues. Hopefully it stabilizes itself. We can go from there. But again, going back to the Justin Roiland thing, a big factor in that has a lot to do. Again, we don't know what's going on. We don't know. He was able to contain it for like 2.5 years. Okay. Yeah. It's just, I'm off camera, guys. I'm sorry. It's still doing it again. It gives me like, a lot of crap here. I should do VTube. I mean, I could do something with that a little bit. It's literally at this point, guys, it's my camera. My camera is causing the problem. I don't, let me check my settings here real quick. Camera. All right, let me drop that down to, I dropped it to 720p. Let's see if that holds. I was doing it 1080. I dropped it to 720. If it holds. We can go even lower. 480. Oh, you know what? Let's go glorious 360p. How's that, huh? How's that for pixelated fucking goodness? We'll see how that looks terrible even on my end. It's laggy even. We'll go back to 720, see if that holds. Hopefully it will. All right, if that holds, it's fine. I don't think I'm going to end up doing the StreamYard Professional again this year. So it is what it is. Yeah, LOL 360. But I mean, if it holds, it holds. I don't know what's going on. There's just an issue tonight with the 1080, I guess. And that's fine. Like, you know, most people don't give a shit about that. But I should, back to the VTube thing. I would like, VTubing weirds me out, to be honest with you, Jess. It really does. It weirds me out. It's like, I'm not always a big fan of being on camera, to be honest with you. I'm really not. I'm not a big fan of it at all. But I understand that, yeah, now we got back to the no bars and shit. Let's see. Sunblade here says, your evil twin Brat Jubbo has hacked your cam. Yeah. Spherical Man, Matt Jarbo, aka Laggy Melons. Fuck you. Oh my God. VTubing can be a bit distracting. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It's like, no shade to those who do it. Right? Like no shade whatsoever. Like have at it, man. Have a good time. Do your thing. Right. But it's just, to me, it's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. It's like, you know, I can be on camera. It's easier than like setting up an avatar and making it move. And it just, some of those VTubers are weird individuals. Hey, what's up, Bell? Yeah, I'm on camera tonight. What can I say? Sometimes it happens. If I can get StreamYard to work properly. But all right, why don't we, because we don't have a lot of time tonight because it is a school night. Kids got to go back to class in the morning. Because Zachary wanted to know what's going on with Zachary Levi. We'll talk about that first, so then I don't bury the lead as I tend to do. So this is on TMZ. They're reporting that Zachary Levi agrees that Pfizer is danger to the world, and Twitter piles on. Now, this is something where when I said he did an oopsie, right? When I'm like, he did an oopsie, this is what it is. Like it's anything involving the COVID vaccine, whether well, actually, no, I should say not anything. If you're against the COVID vaccine in any capacity, this could bite you in the ass. Just 100%, right? And so in this particular situation, what's kind of happening here is he's like, you know, he made a comment on Twitter. So according to the article here, Zachary Levi said something that Twitter is taking as an anti-vax stance, which could spell trouble for Warner Brothers Discovery because he's got a blockbuster movie to promote, right? And Evangeline Lilly is really not doing a great deal in regards to the Ant-Man promotional stuff. We've seen a couple things with Evangeline Lilly, but I haven't seen a lot. The movie opens in a couple weeks and it's like marketing's in full effect and you're not seeing much with her. But then again, I think a lot of people out there just simply do not like Evangeline Lilly. But anyway, the actor who plays a lead in the Shazam franchise replied to a question posed on the Bird app by Lyndon Wood, who asked, do you agree or not? Pfizer is a real danger to the world. And Zachary's response made no bones about how he feels. Hardcore agree. Now, there's no other context, as the article states. There's no other context there. There's literally no other context in regards to what it is that Zachary Levi is saying, what he's believing, what he's feeling here. We have no idea. We don't know how he's actually about this. But still, when you are an actor like Zachary Levi and someone's like, hey dog, you know, like talking about Pfizer. Now, I don't quite know. Any promotion she's been doing with Paul. She's not doing it on her own. Yeah, no, she's doing it with him, but she's not even in much. But does, hold on here. I want to look this up. Pfizer, let's see, Fenton, Oxy, or what's it? You know, what is the, God, why am I blanking on like the pill stuff, right? The epidemic. Oh God, what's it called? You know, it's like the OOPSIE stuff, right? It's oh God, what took down Procter and Procter, right? Procter and Gamble drugs. What was the big one? I think that's what he's talking about, maybe. Right? Let's see. I should check out the Project Veritas video with the Pfizer director. No, I will not be doing that because here's the thing, Rami Batfleck. Project Veritas is propaganda. That's what Project Veritas is. I don't think there's any other way to describe them outside of just being propaganda, and not even good propaganda. They have a literal ideology that they are pushing, and that is where they make their money. And that is where they live in that space. They're under, I think, different lawsuits right now for a lot of the shit that they've done. They have literally been, James O'Keefe himself was arrested for attempted wiretapping of a congressperson's office in Louisiana after the Acorn scandal. You know, nothing that they've ever said has ever yielded any real results. Like Project Veritas should not be paid attention to. And that's not just me having like a liberal bias on shit. That's like literally the truth about Project Veritas. And anything James O'Keefe is associated with is garbage, is just garbage, and should not be acknowledged anyway. Like period. So, is it the Oxycontin or oxytocin? You know, I don't know. It's like whatever the fucking, I forget the name right now, guys. I forget the name right now. So when I said Veritas, I made it for no. Project Veritas is James O'Keefe. So you know, it's nanotechnology and mRNA, all about the. Oh my God, that was the conversation I had the other day with that girl at the library at the college, who wanted me to use Chat GPT to write an article about the negative side effects of fucking COVID vaccine. You're recreating my voice. You're not the first person, but you might be the best one. That's all I'm going to say about that. Command Unit here says, The Secret of Warhammer's Darkness, your favorite lore channel. Okay, we'll take a look at that, buddy. Thank you. We'll take a look at that as we go on. Tonight's going to be kind of a quicker night. We'll see what's going on. But the thing with Zach, going back into this article here, right? Going back into this one here, we can find out more here. So, you know, there's not much context. Twitter users started bashing the dude and labeling him as a right-winger spewing anti-vax rhetoric. This also prompted people to pull up old clips of Zach that they view as problematic, including Joe Rogan interview he did a few years ago, where he talked about Elliot Page and Jordan Peterson. Of course, the joke started to fly in regards to Warner Brothers Discovery and how the execs there might be reacting to this news on its face, as calling it a PR nightmare, which is true. Now, Zach is, he's trying to clarify. He attempted to tweet a link to a 2009 DOJ press release touching on a fraud case Pfizer was involved with at the time when they agreed to pay a $2.3 billion settlement. He says that's what he's referring to. In other words, he's now trying to make it seem like he's expressing a view against corruption in big pharma. But Twitter isn't buying it, and I agree with that Twitter's not buying it. But I do kind of think I'm going to give him the credit on that one. But the thing is, it's like he needs to come out and say, I'm not against COVID vaccines. If he's not against them, then he needs to say it. I don't know if he is or isn't. I don't really care. All right. But that's really a lot of what it is right now is everything else with that. So that's what's going on. But then you've got, we got this covered. You got to love, we got this covered. They got this fucking clip from the Joe Rogan podcast talking about Jordan Peterson. And this gets a lot of, here's
I think one of the deepest thinkers that I've ever heard break down like human behavior and I don't know, just an understanding of all that stuff and I think good wisdom along with it is Jordan Peterson. I think he would be a person that I would trust. I think that guy has a lot of integrity. And so that would be somebody too. But I also know Jordan has his own things that people have issues with. Like, I get it. Nobody's perfect. We're not going to find.
He's kicked off Twitter right now because he said something about Ellen Page, Elliot Page, called her Ellen Page. Like, I think that was the number one thing, the dead naming.
Yeah. And it's sad, man. Because again, there's a lot of fear and pain on and all the sides of all that too.
My friend Brian Simpson had a very good thing to say about that. He was like, I come to you for like heavy duty intellectual shit. He goes, not for this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like this is not
totally. Yeah, this is like why? Yeah,
getting
Jordan, don't.
About.
Yeah. You don't need to get into all that. I mean, look, it's his life, it's his Twitter, or was his Twitter anyway.
But that thing is like that transgender thing riles people up, man. That is one of the ones that riles people up. Like everybody's in favor of everybody doing whatever they want to do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody until it gets to gender, and then people start getting weird. They start thinking it's a mistake. They start thinking, why are you doing that? They start thinking all kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is fucking insane, in my opinion. But Joe Rogan has a point there. It's kind of like the conversation gets a little crazy when certain aspects come into play. And I'm not speaking on any of that right now. I'm merely pointing out that I agree that when certain instances come into play, that's when we start getting a lot of craziness on social media. And Twitter has this fucking like control over a lot of shit that it shouldn't have control over, but it does. It's really fucking weird. It really, what it boils down to is people allow it to have that level of control when they shouldn't. But Zachary getting blasted for saying that Jordan Peterson, Kermit the Frog here is a good deep intellectual thinker. I mean, up yours, woke moralists is still one of my favorite quotes from the guy, because he's just lost his fucking shit. Right. I think you can criticize a lot about what goes on in the world from a multitude of different angles without going into the category that they're going at here. But then also, I don't think Zachary Levi is that smart of a person. I think what we need to remember, I really feel this is what we need to remember. And a lot of people out there tend to forget this. Actors are dumb. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't mean that to like admonish them. I'm not saying they're not intelligent people. But actors' entire existence is to portray somebody else, right? That's their entire existence, is to portray somebody else. They're not doing it to put themselves on the screen. I think in some cases, like, some actors, like Tom Cruise does that. You go see Tom Cruise movie for Tom Cruise. But like most actors are there to play a part. And they don't really have a lot of, like, you could even argue in identity. But they're also put on these pedestals. They're also like really like held up to these higher standards because they have the influence that they do. And I don't know if that's necessarily entirely fair to say. I mean, I think you can always be, in general, you can be mindful of the shit that you say and the things that you say and the stances that you take, at least publicly. But at the same time, I think a lot of people put so much on these actors that there's no, like, anything they say that either is taken out of context or not given the proper ability to explain, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, that they end up getting into, the Twitter just gets a bug up their fucking dick and goes after them and shit. So we got a $10 super here from Moisture. Thank you very much. It says people are acting like being an anti-vaxxer is the worst thing ever. He's not calling for harm to individuals. He's expressing personal belief. Letitia Wright did the same. How do I say this? When you come out as anti-vaccine, that is calling for harm to individuals. That is. When you're dealing with a global pandemic that has taken the life of over 4 million people, and you are actively trying to work against something that saves lives at the end of the day, right? That is calling for harm to individuals. Maybe not directly, maybe not pointing the finger at someone and saying, burn the witch. But you are. You are calling for people to not get the help that they need. Now, some people out there might go, well, their body, their choice, which is true. They have that right. They do. They have that right. But when you think about the spread of the virus and the efficacy rate of the vaccine and what it doesn't prevent you from catching COVID, right? It's not a cure for COVID. It provides protection against it. Many people out there choose to forget that. They choose to really overlook what the vaccine does. And now we had this thing last week about all these people running around. I got my one shot of Pfizer and now my leg looks like it's a disco machine. The most stupid bullshit stuff that's meant to just be more fear-mongering in the face of people getting something, getting a vaccine that can save their life and save the life of their loved ones, because it helps prevent the spread. If you catch it or come in contact with it, it helps prevent the spread, helps keep you safe, keeps the ones around you safe. I think that's the thing, is when we talk about this, it's not like getting the look, we don't shut down for the flu. That's obvious, right? But the flu does claim the lives of a lot of people. But when we have a 2-year shutdown because of a virus that is killing millions of people, and we know that it's doing that, when we're seeing the body count, eclipse 3,000 people a day in this country, and people are out there just crying up a storm, I don't want to get the jab because the jab's going to cause me to get the cancer AIDS. It's fucking stupid. And I don't care if you agree with me or disagree with me on this one. I've been very open about my stance on that. Now, do I think that Zachary Levi here is saying that? No, I think he's, if he's talking about Pfizer and Big Pharma, dude, fuck Big Pharma, man. Absolutely. 100% bend it over with the fucking rusty edge fucking dildo. All right. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Like, fuck Big Pharma. All right. They've destroyed lives, and they the fucking medical industry needs to just like fucking have generic medicine across the goddamn board. All right. Like, if he's talking about that, which it seems to me that he is, then that's fine. But I think people are going to look at the comment from the Jordan Peterson bit, and everything else, and they're trying to conflate it in a way that's going to make them feel morally superior in criticizing him. And the downside to that is that it's then going to spread, because that's how people do things now. It's like, hey, somebody said something on Twitter, I need to write an article about it. I jokingly say when TMZ has taken something I have said and written an article about it. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous how we operate on this shit. But I'm sorry. No, I think if you are actively pushing against vaccine protocols and things along those lines, I think you are doing that. I don't know what should happen as a result, but I do think you are doing that. And that's just me. That is just me on that one. You can agree, disagree. It's all fucking fine. Anyway, H-Rice here for 10. Thank you very much. Says, I'm young and doing fine health-wise, but my dad has heart issues and COPD. My mom has diabetes. I got the COVID vaccine to protect them more than myself, which is good. I mean, like, it impacts elderly people. I got it to protect, against my family, people I'm around. It's a lot going on with that shit. There's a lot there we're still learning, but they rapidly got some stuff done. And that's good, because that does save people's lives. There you go. Asher here says, they admitted the vaccine stopped the spread. No, it does. It doesn't stop it. I didn't say it stops the spread. It lessens the spread. It lessens the spread because it lessens the shedding. When you catch it, it lessens the spread because it lessens how infectious you become. That is true. So anyway, I don't want to dive into, I don't want this to be a COVID thing, but I'm like, but I mean, Ryan here is right. He says, I'm with you. The pharmaceutical industry is greedy and morally bankrupt. Do you guys know what we never talk about? Did you know this? In Canada, a couple of years ago, a billionaire owner of a generic pharmacy company, him and his wife, Gat, both found executed in their house in Toronto. No one knows who the fuck did it. There's a lot of corruption and craziness in Big Pharma, man. So, Spartacus here says, well, regardless of what you think about Project Veritas, the video of the Pfizer rep speaks for itself. Your closed-minded attitude is why you're so uninformed on a variety of topics. I'm more open on a lot of shit. I'm not a fucking moron. You know what I'm saying here? It's like here's the thing about Project Veritas. Release every fucking second of recorded footage. Every correspondence with those individuals beforehand. Do you remember the 2020 election when they talked to that fucking one, what was it, the guy, the election worker, the poll worker, right, or whatever? And the guy was out there saying that there was all sorts of fucking stolen ballots and a stolen election and everything else. They were trying to push that narrative, right after the election because that was the hot fucking topic. Shit like that led to Jan 6 happening. You know what I mean? Right? The Acorn situation in San Diego, or in Southern California and around the country and everything else. The governor of California at the time requested all of the documentation, all of the tapes. after Acorn had already been defunded and shut down because of all the right-wing hubbubaloo around it, the gobbledygook, the nonsense, the shitty, fucking shit-flinging on that agency. Reviewed all of the tapes that they had shot, that James O'Keefe and Hannah Giles had shot. You know what he found? Fucking nothing. Fucking nothing. But it was too late at that point in time. It's a propaganda outlet. I don't give a fuck what you say about that shit. I fucking watched these guys for years. It's a propaganda outlet. So show me all the tapes. Show me all the tapes. There's a reason why no one gives a fuck about Project Veritas anymore. They don't make the news. They don't fucking do anything that gets anybody fired anymore. Like, the thing is, they're in trouble over the fucking, the Biden's daughter's diary thing. That's the thing they're up against and shit. You know, and that's a whole mess. But even then, that's like kind of going in line with the whole Hunter Biden laptop thing, when it was hard drives, not a laptop. You know what I mean? Like, we can talk about big pharma, Pfizer. I don't trust Pfizer, but I also don't trust Veritas. Just don't trust them. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. They could fucking know the location of the goddamn holy fucking grail, and I would still be like, show me the tapes. They haven't earned my trust as an outlet. They've lied and deceived people for years, over decades. They've lied and deceived multitude of Americans, millions of Americans. Made people lose their jobs. Agencies defunded by the government because of the bullshit and the lies spread by them. And you want me to go give them the benefit of the fucking doubt? I mean, I'm sorry. Are you dumb? I don't know you personally, and I don't want to criticize your intelligence, but when you have an organization whose job it is to placate lies, to push false agendas and propaganda, heavily edited bullshit, stuff that they learned from Andrew Breitbart, you want me to believe them? You want me to fucking trust them? No. It's not going to fucking happen. Not one goddamn fucking bit. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Fuck them. Anyway. Let's see here. Could Levy be doing this for attention for Shazam? No. Why would he do it for attention for Shazam? Look, I understand what you're trying to say there. I don't think that's the case, to be fair. I think that doing it as it's negative attention, right? Shazam, unless you're trying to argue, okay, fine. Let's entertain that. Let's Project Veritas this shit for a hot second, okay? We're going to run through speculation territory. We're just going to lay it all out there, Alex Jones style. How about that? That sound good? What if they're trying to preemptively tank the movie through social media, negative social media attention, because they know that when it releases in a little over a month, it's not going to do well. And they can at least argue to their shareholders that the movie crashed and burned because of them fucking damn dirty liberals not wanting to fucking go see a movie by a guy who doesn't like vaccines. I've seen weirder stories in movies. I'm just saying that's not the case, though. But I think actors need to shut the fuck up most of the goddamn time. That's my take on that shit. Anyway, let's see here. H-Bar says, no vaccine prevents diets or disease all the way. This should be on a shirt. There you go. There you go. No vaccines prevent diets. There you have it, buddy. There you fucking have it, man. It's just, there you go. I don't know. I'm open to ideas if they're rationally minded, the watcher, right? He says here, one thing I've always liked about your streams is that you at least are open to difference of opinions. I'm not going to hide anybody. I'm going to argue. I'll argue. If you have a rational point to make, I like rational points. I like points that are backed up by logic and not just they're that Project Veritas. They've been around for a long fucking time and they showed this guy losing his shit with the fucking iPad. Gives a fuck. They don't have my trust. And they shouldn't have the trust of any fucking American because of the lies, because of their bullshit. They shouldn't have any of that shit. So show me the fucking evidence. Show me the money, as Cuba Gooding Jr. said, and fucking Jerry McGoddamn McGuire. No, that was fucking Tom Cruise. My bad. Anyway. All right, let's get back on. Let's see here. Sunblade said Bernie was right to push reform pharma companies. They have shady business practices. Is that goddamn right? Goddamn right. I take fucking generic sertraline, which is like Zoloft, I'm on antidepressants. I have no problem talking about that. All right. I'm on antidepressants and metformin for my type 2 diabetes and everything. And it's but they're generic. and they're effective, and they're affordable. You know, that's where I'm at with it. Like, people need medication. Like, I'm not saying, you know, like the over medication is a big problem. Like, that's how we got into the whole fucking shit from the opioid epidemic. That's what it was. The opioid epidemic, you know, and that again was big pharma, like, you know, working with doctors to overprescribe, which caused so many fucking unneeded deaths. And that's where that shit's good to finally get to that point. But we also need to work to push generic medicine more so people can afford it. So we can give people life-saving drugs so they can stick around a little bit fucking longer, you know, which is exactly what the COVID vaccine does. Anyway. No, sure. They said it was laptop. It was the hard drives are really what they were. Like, they were a laptop, but they were taken off. And it's a whole fucking thing. It's a whole fucking thing with that shit. We should watch My Son Hunter one night. Should we do that? I have it. We should do it. We should watch My Son Hunter. I think that'd be fucking funny to watch My Son Hunter. Anyway, Moisture here for 10 days. He says, so you're against Levy's comments about the vaccine because you believe it's harmful, but you're okay with buying Hogwarts Legacy, despite JK making harmful comments about the trans community. Completely fucking different situations. For one, we don't know. Zachary is being dogpiled for what he had said about Pfizer, calling it a danger to society. That is not 100% claiming that he's anti-vax, and I didn't say. I even just fucking said that I think that he's probably not talking about the vaccine. People on Twitter are implying that. That's the whole point. People on Twitter are implying that he's talking about the vaccine. I'm not saying, I think he's talking about Pfizer. Now, J.K. Rowling has made comments about the trans community, which I don't agree with. But J.K. Rowling didn't fucking make Hogwarts Legacy. A studio with thousands of employees, or at least hundreds of employees over the span of at least 4 to 5 years, developed Hogwarts Legacy. The writing, the directing, the art direction, the fucking creative design, all the assets, the coding, right? Everything that goes into that. And those people, many of which are in crunch mode, being away from their families in order to get this game out in the next week. Right? They should be fucking punished because J.K. Rowling said some dumb shit. It's just stupid. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Like, I'm probably not going to get it right away. You know? But it's like, I also don't feel it's like, it's not one person. It's not just one person. And you can't compare Zachary Levi to J.K. Rowling. It's like Rowling she's already been paid for the licensing. You know what I mean? It's like she might get royalties off of it, but then everyone else is going to get, if it hits a sales, if the way the video game industry works is if it hits like either a review quota, like it hits a certain score or hits a certain sales benchmark, that's when the bonuses kick in. And many of these instances, that's when the bonuses kick in. And right now with Warner Brothers Discovery on the verge of literally like clapping cheeks on everybody, those people are in fucking like a very precarious place about the future of their job because of the stupid shit that JK has said. And we're meant to just go, fuck them. Fuck those people. They shouldn't have jobs because one person's a dick. No, it's like fucking pissing in a pool, man. Yeah, it's shitty. But it's not like you're fucking going to get sick from it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, I don't know. It's a dumb metaphor. Or analogy, right? I'm just saying, I get what you're trying to say, but it just doesn't make any fucking sense. 11 Labs cloned my voice pretty good. Send me that. I'll play it. Unless you're homeless, Matt doesn't care. I care if you're unhoused. And I have now moved on to another location. That gentleman can now have that desk. He can now have that desk. He's good, right? So, Ralph's Double Tits here says, thank you for that BTR yesterday. Dude, some of the comments on that video were just like, my friend Nick was on there with me. I love Nick to death. It was hard to, I was having trouble with that, man. I was having a bit of trouble with that. Nick's a really good guy. I've known him for years. I love that guy. He hates a lot of the people involved in that shit like I do. And it's just like, but it's hard. It was hard to navigate that last night because I'm not as in the Ralph thing as I used to be. Right. So I was like, and if you go and you check out, I did a BTR actually tonight, which is what I wanted to do. I was actually going to show you guys the thumbnail for this thing here too. Because I had gotten the idea last night and I wanted to talk about some weird news. I know Music Man and H-Barts were there. Mo Moon was there. And so I did this earlier tonight. This is the, you can go over to the Matt Jarbo channel, check it out. It's like a 30-minute little video, just talking about, some news stories and talking about some crazy shit. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Thank you. I didn't bring in that weirdo Jesse. Man, I am trying to distance myself from him as much as humanly possible, right? As much as humanly possible. It's not that I think Jesse's a bad guy. I have nothing against Jesse. What I don't like, and this is also, you guys know this about me, what I'm not a fan of is I don't like people who just make shit up. I don't care if it's I don't care like if it's for comedy or not. But the thing is though, if you spread it enough people start to believe it. I think you can make jokes about something without outright manufacturing stuff. And that's my biggest thing when it comes to the A-logs in that community, is that they make things up for funny, and it's pretty funny, to be honest with you. But like, as a person who is rational and logical and likes to know what's going on, it throws me off, and I don't want to be associated with that. He's obsessed with you. I don't know if he's obsessed. He offered me $50,000 for that channel. Right? He offered me $50,000 for the Matt Jarbo channel a few months ago. It's not real, right? It's not a real offer. He says it's a real offer. It's not a real offer. What he wanted me to do was to either engage in it with him, right? Or like talk about it. It'd be a way to give him content, to say that he offered up $50,000 for my channel. It's not real. It's not real. And so it's like, that's the kind of bullshit there. So thank you. Music Man asking, why did you bring Jesse on in the first place? It's just like, if I'm being honest, I guess, fuck it. Why not? I'll be honest here, because I prefer honesty than not honesty. So when everything went down last year, right, with the Medicare stuff and the Ralph stuff and whatever, I don't post a lot of content on that channel because of what happened back in 2018, right? Like I had 163,000 subs. I got 116 now. It's going to drop under that here pretty soon. I've been losing subs for like the longest time on that channel. And every time I post something, it's always reminded of what happened, right? Like, you're a flagger, you're a fucking moron, you're a piece of shit, you killed your career. It's just always this constant reminder of it. So it's like, I don't know if I want to say like, there's hesitation is the best way to describe it. So there's hesitation on them. And so when I do something over there and it gets a lot of positive attention, I kind of want to keep it going, because even though I've let it go, I still have feelings for it. I still, I built it and then I lost it. And there's regret there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of regret there, but I have this, I have you guys, and I'm very thankful for that. I am really thankful for that. I prefer this, but I got anger, man. I got anger. I got regret. I got vendettas. I am perfect, but like, I try not to live in that world, but like, I've got that shit, right? So like, some of that stuff kind of creeps out, old school shit, old school stuff. And so, someone like Jesse, I do find to be genuinely entertaining, right? But Jesse is only out for Jesse. Jesse doesn't give a shit about me. Like, not at all. And in those moments when you're like, you kind of get that praise that you've been missing, right? There's that stuff there, right? You get caught up in it, and that's all it is. And then it takes a little bit of time to kind of get away from it a little bit, but that's what it boils down to. But yeah. Anyway, no, I'll be honest. That's literally it. That's literally what happened. Benson for £5. Thank you, buddy. Says, saw Plane last night. Fun movie. He is the new Steven Seagal, referring to Gerard Butler. JK is free to say her opinion. The violence comes from the letter people towards her. I mean, the letter people. Such a weird thing. How do you do the letter? The letter, it just sounds so weird. It just sounds so weird. The letter, it's like the letter mafia, right? I've heard that terminology used as well, like the letter mafia and stuff. It's like, this is fucking Twitter, dude. It's like, I don't think there's any violence. Like, has anyone like fucking like defecated on a book and like hucked it at her? Like, I don't think so. I don't know if I'm not the kind of person to think that language is violence. I think calling for violence with language is violence. I think things like that are, but I don't think generally that kind of crap is. Like, even terminology I disagree with. There's a lot of stuff I disagree with out there. And I can disagree with the intent, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't. I've been around this. I've been around this game, guys, for so fucking long. You guys have no idea. 13 years now, almost, right? 13 years now. I've seen a lot of shit. I've watched a lot of this shit go down. I've watched so much crap happen. So many people get mad over dumb shit. I've been mad over dumb shit. 99.5% of that dumb shit is just that. It's just dumb shit. It doesn't mean anything. You know, people mad at J.K. Rowling can be mad at J.K. Rowling for her opinions, but that's about it. You know, like that's about it. Just you're mad at her for things that she has said. And the thing is, there's a lot of people who agree with her. So ask yourself why. Why do they agree with her? I think that's the question. I think that's more of the question you should be asking yourself. Why do these people like, I think she said some stupid shit. I think trans women are women. Not everyone agrees with me. Right? But you have to ask yourself, why don't they agree with me? That's the question. Instead of just like condemning, which, you know, people are going to do anyway, but like, you know, like ask why. Ask why. You know, like I mentioned, there was that girl the other day at the school and she had, you know, we're talking about the COVID vax. And she'd made a comment about like, she goes, well, I heard that the vaccine causes women. She says women. And I immediately said no. And she goes, well, you don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, birth rates? She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, that didn't happen. But she'd been told that. But she never thought to ask why. She heard that. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to ask the question, like, what is it? Why don't you think that way? Or why do you think this way? Or what is it that's the issue? Instead, a lot of it boils down to just the online posturing of like, my childhood is ruined. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not. Your childhood isn't ruined. Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of that shit. Your childhood isn't ruined because like a creator of something was shitty. You know what I mean? Like your childhood isn't ruined because like there's a fucking remake of a movie you love when you were a kid. Your childhood isn't ruined because guess what? You can't go back the fucking time. So your childhood happened. It's a footprint in your memory. Make new ones. But it's this weird like infantilization of our past that we have with this shit. It's this weird fucking thing. And it's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. It's like I look at all this crap and I'm like, fuck off. Jesus fucking Christ. Like we got fucking global warming. We've got like diseases. We've got fucking mass shootings. We've got fucking poverty. We've got fucking wealth disparity. We've got all of these injustices in the fucking world. But God fucking damn it, J.K. Rowling said something. That's what you're fucking mad about. Because you can't read a goddamn book the same way ever again or watch a fucking movie the same way ever again. Watch a different fucking movie. Read a different fucking book. Grow the fuck up a little bit. There's actual fucking problems in this goddamn fucking world. There's actually things we're talking about. But the problem with social media on this front is that it becomes this echo chamber, right? It's that dopamine hit of the instant gratification. I have a hot take. And it's been retweeted 25,000 times. Yeah, because before then, no one ever gave a fuck about what you had to say 25,000 times. That's what it boils down to, is that you feel good because people out there are bombing you with good praise. So what do? You double down on that shit. You keep it going, and then somebody else is like, wait a minute. That person's done really fucking well for themselves, saying the same shit. I'm gonna say it too. I get praise. I don't know. Maybe this world would be better if like fucking parents hugged their children more. I got no idea. I'm just getting fucking tired of this shit. I'm just getting tired of this shit. You know, like we watched that stupid fucking critical drinker video the other night. And I thought about it after the fact. I really thought about it after the fact because it was very hard to get through. I was so tired when it was over. But by the time it was over and I thought about it, I was like, if you really go back and look at that 14-minute video, you know what he does? He doesn't bring up any specific example of what he's referring to with the exception of Luke Skywalker. That's the only thing he really gives examples on. Other than that, it's a lot of just superfluous talking. You know, go on and watch television and you'll find like demasculated. Well, give me a fucking example. You know, like if you have all these thoughts and you've done all this research and you know all this shite, then provide me with a fucking example of what it is you're trying to say. You've established your thesis. Now provide the evidence before jumping to the conclusion. If you're trying to make a persuasive argument, provide me with something else other than hyperbolic reactionary nonsense. If your name is Critical Drinker and people think that you're a smart motherfucker, then present me with something that can change my fucking mind in thinking that you're a goddamn dumb shit motherfucker. How about that? That's what it is. I'm in a mood. I'm sorry, guys. This is not meant to be this fucking dark. I'm really in a fucking mood tonight, apparently. Anyway, this whole thing's a mess. Maverick here for 5. Thank you very much. Did you hear about the trans activist who got limited run games PR manager fired because she tweeted that she was excited about Hogwarts? I did. Yeah, man. That made me mad. Right. As a, you know, and I just sound weird. I'm not trying to to defend transphobia, nothing like that. What I mean is if you're, you know, I don't like libs at TikTok. I think they're fucking stupid. Right. That chick is insane. If you looked into her history, her religious history, it's like a cult. Okay. Chaya Rechik, whatever her name is a fucking cult. Sam Cedar did a great breakdown of it, actually. And the thing is, though, is that if you like a tweet, that shouldn't cost you your job. If you're excited for a game, that shouldn't cost you your fucking job. If you're excited for a movie, and that's it. If that's it. I couldn't see anything else for that one, right? But people don't care. They don't care because everyone wants to claim their scalp. Everyone wants to claim their trophy. Everyone wants a prize. Everyone wants to be able to be part of the mob. And one of the reasons why I'm big on not being part of that necessarily, which people might argue, but you were against Gina Carano. I never wanted her to be fired. I wanted her to just not say stupid shit. But if Disney told her to shut the fuck up, she chose not to shut the fuck up, then that's her own goddamn fucking fault. She was warned. It wasn't just an instantaneous fucking thing. They worked with her. They tried to work with her to get her to shut the fuck up because it started negatively impacting their business. And that's, again, the part of capitalism. But if you just have an opinion, it's I'm tired of people getting fired for a fucking opinion. There's a great and I've brought this up before. There's a great gag in an episode of Married with Children, which is far before its time. But they understood that back in the early 90s, political correctness culture is not as bad as it is now. But it had a foothold 30 years ago. It really did. And it always is going to get worse before it gets better. I mean, all throughout the fucking 90s, the late 90s, it was bad. And then it felt like a ray of sunshine when Chappelle came on. Because really, I feel like the Chappelle show was this guy kind of dusted a lot of it away. People were laughing again. You know, both sides laughing again. But anyway, I was talking about the PC shit, right? PC shit. Political culture back in the day, you know, was just the political correctness. Same thing as today. It's just fucking terrible, you know, and we just need to get past that crap. Anyway, sorry, I'm off. Anyway, Moisture for $2 here says, are you friends with Poindexter Lounge? Enosh and I are okay. I don't know if I'd call us friends anymore. I mean, my issues with Enosh has a lot to do with just things he has said to me and other people that he doesn't acknowledge. I don't know if he said it. If he understands he said it the way that he said it is the way I see it, you know. But that's all water under the bridge. Now, I wish him the best. If he's working, he's got a job, he's doing good. You know, he's not streaming as much anymore. That shit can be daunting as fuck. But no, he's doing better. So good for him. Zachary here says, if Levi ends up no longer playing Shazam, you want to see him go back to Marvel. Here's the thing: he's probably not going to go back. He's probably not going to go back to Marvel. So there's that. Gayliad here and non-Kino. At least you're not talking about Dwayne Johnson anymore. Give it time. I was sent a clip from Triple H talking about The Rock going to WrestleMania. Thought about playing that clip tonight, but no, it's all good. I'm not. No, The Rock. I have nothing. I criticize. I got nothing against the guy. Did I hear that the Snyder cult harassed Wolfgang Novogratz? I do not know who that is. Wolfgang Novogratz. Who is this guy? Oh, is this the fucking dude the guy who everyone's thinking is going to be like Superman and shit? Oh my God. Yeah, the Snyder. Okay. I mean, like, that makes sense. I saw some images of this guy floating around. So, anyway. All right. Hey, Jesse. I don't know who that's for, but thank you, Galiot. I'm just saying, it's just like, yeah. All right. Let me catch up on the chat here. All right. So Minecraft was made by Hitler. That's my hot. It's funny you say that, Command Unit, because there's a lot of people on social media that fucking hate Notch. They think that he is the next Hitler. My favorite thing about Notch is that when he sold off Minecraft to Microsoft for the $2 billion and he got $1 billion, the house he lives in LA was like a $70 million mansion, and he outbid Beyonce and Jay-Z, which is really funny. So, see, okay, Blaine is here, going back to the Hogwarts thing. Easy for you to say a lot of trans people cared about that universe because they thought it was one of the few places they are welcome. Now she's actively promoting hate cults. I mean, they're still welcome there. They're still welcome there. They're like, no one's being exited out. But you know how many people though have like, go look up okay. See, here's the thing with that though too, man. Go look up what the fucking werewolf allegory is in Harry Potter. All right. It's an allegory for AIDS. Like JK made some interesting choices with some of their stuff there. I'm just saying, go read another fucking book. There's other authors, there's other books, there's other worlds, there's other universes people can go into. So it's not just that. There's other fucking things. There's other stuff. Create your own stuff. Go to Chat GTP and write me this story with this character, with this arc, with this setting. And there's your fucking story, dude. That's the thing I'm talking about here, though, is like holding on to that shit. If that's how you have to identify, that you need to work on you. Like just flat out, you have to work on you. I think you can appreciate something, even if it's got like a shitty upbringing to it, or whatever to it. But it's like, but if you hold your identity to a fictional world created by a British single mother at the time, and that's your identity, bro, come on, man. It's like the same people, like I'm a gamer, but I can't stand the people these days that are like, my whole identity is video games. Like, I love games. I was playing fucking Hitman Freelancer earlier today. It's fucking hard, by the way, but good. I've been playing The Witcher 3. Great. I got to get on Dying Light 2 once I'm done with Witcher 3. And then I'll probably get the Hogwarts Legacy sometime at the end of the year. But what I mean by that is just like, it's like, you have an identity. If you have to live in this world, like find another world then. I know it sucks. I know it's tough. But that is life, my friend. That's life. I hate to say it like that. I don't want to be blunt about it. It's life. You have to do it. You have to move on. Time doesn't stop. It doesn't slow. It doesn't shield you. You know what I mean? It doesn't stop anything. You have to fucking keep moving. And if you consistently go backwards, that's not growth. That's fear. That is fear of the unknown. And I understand people have connections to things. And it sucks to let go of connections, but death is a natural part of life. Take from it what made you better and move on to something that you can build towards. That's what I'm talking about here. That's where it's at. You have to do it. If you don't, what the fuck, what's, the fuck? Like, I'll give you an example. Okay. 4 years, when I had the flagging shit. All right. People told me to quit. People still tell me to quit every fucking day. People tell me to stop making content, that I'm a failure, that I failed my family, I failed my kids, I failed myself. I should throw a rope around my neck and kill myself. I get that all the fucking time. Less now than I used to, but I got a lot back then. Right? And I lost what I had built because I made some bad choices. And I lost what I had built. And in the process of trying to get it back, I held on to it. I was mad. I held on to it for a long time. I tried to run with it. I tried to still hold on to whatever little fucking shred of shit I fucking could. Because I was stubborn. And I didn't want to give up what I had built. I didn't want to move on from what I had lost of my own stupidity. And I came over here. And I brought a lot of that anger with me. I brought a lot of that animosity with me. And I thought I could still do a lot of the same shit. And that doesn't make me happy. It didn't make me happy. You know? But then getting into the conversations, that's where the good stuff is, because you have to grow as a fucking person. I don't know. I don't know anything about you. I don't wish you any ill will. I wish you nothing but the best. But I think to sit there and say that, you know, if you have to hold on to a book series, that book series doesn't change. Those words don't change. They haven't changed. The way you felt is not like illegitimate. But it's up to you to make that determination. It's up to you to live in that world like that. But you still have to move on. You still have to move on. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, you have to. I'm sorry. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's just like, I'm not trying to be like a dick about it or nothing, but like, you have to. Anyway. This is kind of a crazy. Are you okay? You seem more agitated than usual. I'm just, today's been an off day, man. I had a headache all fucking day. It's been an off day. So. And I want to watch The Last of Us too. I did watch the 90s show. I watched a couple episodes of that 90s show tonight. Let's see. Have you lost or gained 1,000 subs? No, the way that Social Blade works is like, I've been fluctuating for a little bit, like a little bit above 32,000, and then it was like lower than 32,000, and then it went back up again. It's kind of crazy. So anyway, let's see here. Your Gen X, your Gen X, you wouldn't get the joke. I'm actually I'm what's called the Zennial. I'm at the edge of Gen X, Gen Y, which is millennial and stuff. There's that. But okay. And then Rational DM'd me an MP3 of that shit. All right, let's take a look here. All right, what do we got here? You know, you could just drop that. Oh, okay, you put that on Google Drive. That's fine. You could also drop it to Vocaroo is another thing as well. Just as a thing. All right, let's see if this works.
Hi,
Okay. Let's bring this up. Let's see how this is. This is apparently my voice synthesized. So. Here's the thing, Danny. If I think JK should step back. I do think she should step back. All right, but I'm not gonna destroy the entire thing because of that shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's what life. That's all the people say. It's true. Life is bad. Have I started reading Nightmare Fuel yet? I haven't. I just haven't had the time, man. I'm sorry. It is. It's right there. It's like right there. The other books you got me too is right there. I want to read them. Like they are right there. So I know where they are. They are on my list of things to read. But thank you for that. So anyway. All right. Roman here says, I've said this before, you've come a long way. I feel like I have. It's just, that's what the thing is, like, even doing the bullshit like last night, like with, you know, kind of shitting on Ralph. That's a personal thing. That's just a personal thing. But have I watched Velma? I've seen 4 episodes of it. 3.5 episodes. Every time I sit down to watch it, I always fucking fall asleep. Like I get tired. So, but yeah, that show's over next week is like the end of the season. So I'll probably do a big thing today. So there you go. All right. Did I hear that we're going to war with China? It's not going to happen. It's going to be all digital. That's all it's going to be. We'll be, you know, I don't know. As long as I can I don't fucking know. I'm just tired, guys. It's been a long day. So here, let's take a look at this here. And all right, let's see. This is apparently my voice synthesized with AI.
Hi, my name is Matt Jarbo from Three Buck Theater, and you are watching Hollywood After Dark.
Yo, what?
Hi, my name is Matt Jarbo from $3 Theater, and you are watching Hollywood After Dark.
Sounds, I mean, it has a bit of my cadence to it, sure. But it's yeah, like it's not quite there, but it sounds okay. Like, was that just a clip? That was just a clip, yeah. A younger Jarbo before smokes. Pretty eerie, a little bit, yeah. It's like kind of caught me off guard there. You guys saw my reaction. It's kind of nuts. I don't know what I'd say about that. But anyway, all right. So look, this kind of been a thing. I don't want Zachary Levi canceled. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with that shit. We'll have to wait and see how all that stuff goes. So, but all right. Yeah. So it's already 11 o'clock here. A couple things I want to take a look at. First and foremost here, I want to say, rest in peace to Annie Wershing. She was an actress who was in 24, Bosch, the show Timeless. She actually was the model, did the mocap and the voice for Tess in The Last of Us. The game came out in 2013. She sadly passed away yesterday, I believe, at the age of 45 from cancer. She, that's really, it's really sad. It's really sad. So there's that. People have been, memorializing her and everything else. I think like my first thought when I found out that she was Tess in The Last of Us, I was like, wow, we actually saw fucking Tess die last week. So good thing, you know what I mean? Like that would have been really weird if it was like, if she would have passed away a week ago, but yeah, we can't, we can't people stop dying this year or yeah. I know. Yes. And it's also true that, also today, Lisa Loring, the original actress of Wednesday Addams, passed away at the age of 64. That's very sad. She passed away as well. I just found that out right before going live. So, and then also, Reed is correct. David Crosby, I think David Crosby also passed away. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like, holy shit, dude. People need to stop fucking dying, you know? But you know what weirds me out? What weirds me out is if I can find the post here. So like, okay, so last year before Ed Asner died, they did, Doug Days, right? Which is okay. It was okay. And then of course they're doing another one here, Carl's Date, which comes out February 10th. So very soon, Charles Carl, as he prepares for his first date since Ellie's death. And I'm like, is this with Ed Asner? Because he passed away not long after Doug Days came out. So like, that's kind of weird. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if again, AI comes into play for a lot of this stuff. Now that this stuff is becoming a big deal, hold on. Let's see if I can find, there we go. I want to show you guys something, right? I want to show you guys, oh, did my camera die? It might've died. It did. It apparently, okay. Sorry guys. Apparently the battery died. My bad. All right. Anyway, going back to the whole AI thing, I wanted to show you guys this. This actually happened 6 years ago. All right. This is Adobe Creative Cloud. They're talking about their Voco. All right. And this is an AI program that is very much going to show you, if I can get to it here.
3, 2, 3 time.
Oh.
So you can see like,
And playback.
And I kissed Jordan 3 times.
so you can, this is the same thing. This is like 6 years ago. They were showcasing
Type something that's not here. So,
AI.
I heard that actually on that day, Michael actually kissed our Jordan. So
Sorry?
to recover the truth, let's do it. So let's remove the word my here
Your secret's out, Jordan.
and just type the word Jordan.
Ooh.
And here we go.
And I kissed Jordan and my dogs.
So, I mean, again, like this is shit from 6 years ago. And they were talking about this where they wanted to do it like, oh, for podcasting, you know, and for like, for audiobooks, if you need to like add in a, you know, add in a little bit here and a little bit there, you could do that with this, right? That was the thing you could do. And it's creepy. It's absolutely really creepy. But again, as Rational showed us, you know, he will go back and play it again. This is apparently my voice. If it wants to play. Oh my God, it's 4 seconds. It's 4 seconds. 11 Labs has a pro version where they can match a voice to a T. Ryan here says, I've already heard that they're creating lie detectors for AI recordings. Good. I'm okay with that. Enterprising here says, someone could use this for evil. Yeah, I mean, they got to figure out a way to stop that, right? Like, imagine, you know, I can't wait for someone to frame Jarbo. That's going to be the thing. People are going to be able to run this through like some fucking Discord filter and like just like put it out there and shit. And you're going to have all these recordings from people that aren't going to be real. And look at how Twitter operates, you know, all the fucking time. Come on. What the hell? Play it. I have to refresh it.
Hi, my name is Matt Jarbo from $3 Theater, and you are watching Hollywood After Dark.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like everything like me, but it's got a little bit of that. It's just crazy. It's just fucking crazy. So that's where we are now, guys. That's where society is. That's where all this shit is. We're going into this weird fucking world, full of a whole bunch of stuff. But all right. Where am I at here? Okay, so I want to talk about real quick here. This popped up today as well. And I'm like, I get the joke. Oh my God, poll YouTube wouldn't shut the fuck up. Don't even make that a thing. All right. Don't even make that a thing, Ralph. No, I don't need that anymore. I don't need that in my life. But this popped up today, and I know it's all done tongue in cheek. It's all done in jest. It's all done and all that shit. I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be fair. So, according to here, James Gunn promises DCU answers, avoids congressional hearings. This headline is crazy because it's also true. You have freshman Senator Robert Garcia, all right, who says here, if James Gunn doesn't present the new DCU plan by February 1st, I'm calling him in for a congressional hearing where I will ask the tough questions everybody wants to know. And he responds back with oh no face, a worried face. And then he says, sir, the American people deserve answers. And he says the answers they will receive. Right. And then also, let's fucking go. Now, I know it's all tongue in cheek. I know it's all that kind of shit there. But it's like, I feel like this is really not the best course of action that could be taken. And I say that because Robert Garcia is like brand new, was just, sworn in like right finally after Kevin McCarthy. He took a week to get him as the fucking Speaker of the House. All that nonsense, all that bullshit, all that political theater, all that chaos. And then he's like, hey guys, I'm going to make this fucking joke. And right now is not really the time for that. Really. It's not the time for that. I agree with Shiny here. It's like, you're an idiot. Like, don't make, it's stupid. It's not meant to be anything other than that, but it's just kind of dumb. Mo here, thank you, says Voco is how Matt will frame me for his crimes. I'm not going to frame you for anything. It's too much work to frame you for something. Enterprising here says, sounds like real clown show U.S. politics to me. It really is. It really, really, really is. Anyway, are you going to bed, Reed? Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate that. It's funny. Why are you taking it so seriously? I don't know, man. Sometimes this shit gets under my skin. Like I said, I appreciate the humor of it. I do appreciate the humor of it. But like sometimes it gets under my skin a little bit because I'm just like, it just, I think it's because we've been so close to the Snyder thing as well, and all the people that are upset and all the people that are crazy about all this shit. And then you look at the way American politics is and how like there's chaos, there's this chaos going on in the House and the Senate, and like nothing's going to really get done. And it's just a lot kind of mounting. And then here's this like joke, like, oh, if we, we don't get answers, I'm going to haul you in. And it's like, dude, just don't make those, don't give the other side ammo, man. And I really hope no one uses it against them. To be fair, I really do hope that like no one uses it against him. It's just like, I don't know. Cause I'm hearing through the grapevine, I've heard that like tomorrow is supposed to be the announcement, but it's going to be through a press conference for like select bloggers or whatever. And they're all going to be held under embargo until Tuesday, which is the last day of the month. So I don't know. I do not know. Moisture says you're in it too deep, kind of a step back. It's just been, it's maybe. Enterprising here says people get too emotionally attached to things that don't matter. Also, yes, that is very true. That's very true. Yeah, I was trying to find time to watch Book of Eli because I got to do the audio commentary on that this week. So hopefully tomorrow I can watch it. And I've got like plumbing issues and like fucking like home repair shit. I'm just tired, guys. Is really what a lot of it boils down to. So, today's kind of crazy. Hold on. I need to find a comment here. All right. A couple things. Yeah. There's a couple things actually to kind of enjoy. So we've got this 30-second spot for Ant-Man, which apparently a lot of people are wondering what exactly is happening. So let's give this a watch.
You're an interesting man, Scott Lang. You have a daughter.
Dad.
You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?
On February 17th,
I can shatter existence.
nothing can prepare you
You may not want her to watch this.
for the new dynasty. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Rated PG-13. Experience it in 3D February 17th.
So, I mean, that looks pretty good. Like, that's probably the most emotionally hitting trailer that they've shown so far of this one. And I think it's going to be very, very good to see where this goes. I'm excited for it. I still need to get my tickets for the 17th, but definitely need to do that. Also, Cocaine Bear tickets went on sale. So if you haven't got your hands on Cocaine Bear tickets, now is the time. Now is the time for that. I do want to get my Cocaine Bear. I think I want to see Cocaine Bear more than I want to see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. All right, I want Cocaine Bear. I want in it. So, yeah, H-Barts brings up the Titanic never sank. That was something we took a look at over on the Boulder Talk. It was a TikTok theory. I think I might just start going through TikTok and finding crazy ass TikToks and doing all that shit. That shit's fucking funny. Those people are crazy. TikTok is funny for that shit. But all right, let's also, here's one that I wanted to take a look at today as well. We'll do a couple trailers here. So we got The Boogeyman. Finally, they dropped the trailer for this. Releases in theaters on June 2nd. Let's see what this thing's all about.
Okay, get in here. I don't know how you sleep with all these lights.
What are you scared of?
I don't see anything. Okay, monster check complete.
Damn. That's some solid camera work. I got to give credit.
It's been around forever. Hidden. In the dark. Like all those spooky monsters you think are hiding under your bed. It's not real.
What is this? It's the thing that comes for your kids when you're not paying attention.
You believe me? Don't you?
Damn. Okay, that looks solid. That looks solid, right? That looks pretty good. I got to give credit on that one there. Fucking hell yeah, dude. And if you notice, right? Starts off and it's in the very beginning of this. Yeah, 20th Century Studios, which dropped Prey and fucking Hellraiser on Hulu. So you think to yourself like, hey, they're putting a horror movie in theaters because they recognize that there's some money there. There's some money there. So that's been pretty cool here. We got Peter Rabbit's Defender for 5. Thank you, buddy. Says, let's be real on this. Who will walk away from Blandy Pignor first? Steph, Lewis, Vito, Jokey's Corner. We all know the Blandy Pignor cannot maintain anyone. I mean, well, okay. You have to look at it from like a financial aspect of it, right? So who's got the most financial investment into Blandy Andy? Steph. Steph does. As far as, I mean, she absolutely does. She's his number 2. Lewis is his henchman. Jody is his buddy, but they don't really do much anymore. There's really no reason for them to walk away from each other because Jody doesn't really roll with Andy as much as I can tell. Vito is the one person who probably would, but Vito doesn't like run on people who catch shit. Like I don't, unless Andy was like legitimately like hurting kids or something, I don't think Vito's going to give a fuck. Like extramarital affairs aren't going to bother him. The grooming of an audience is, I don't think, going to bother him too much. But if it's really bad, then maybe. But it's probably going to end up being, yeah. Benson here says Steph won't weave. He made her. She was nothing before. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. It's just, anyway, it's crazy. And then there was another thing too. Oh yeah. So we got this here too, by the way, guys. We got the Mario brother put out a 30-second preview today for some reason. Fucking the what's it called? The football game, right? The Super Bowl, not for a couple of weeks. So this is a nice little surprise for what dropped today.
Okay.
All right.
Meow.
Ah! You got the cat box! Oh my... I'm sorry. Okay.
Now you die. Only in theaters April 7th. Rated PG.
I really want that movie. I really want to see that movie. Have you also noticed though that so far in the marketing for this, they've actually like done everything they can to really not focus on Chris Pratt's voice, which makes me wonder if they're doing any like last minute retooling. Because even in this 30 seconds, he really doesn't say anything. He just kind of like, he makes sounds. But that's really about it. He does a meow thing, which I thought was kind of lame. But there you go. It's I can't wait. I cannot wait. This is going to be $1 billion movie. Make no fucking mistake. And with any luck, they might bring back Super Mario Brothers, the 93 movie, and put that back in theaters for its 30th anniversary, which they totally should. They totally should put that back in theaters for its 30th anniversary and just watch it make money. A lot of people would do it. We got Reed here for 5. Thank you, buddy. It says, real life Cocaine Bear is Kentucky State Horse Park, I think. Yeah, I forget where it happened, but like, yeah, the real story is it Tennessee? I think it happened in Tennessee, but again, I don't know where it happened. So there's that. Yeah. Now you die. Why does he sound like Seth? Cause he is Seth. He is Seth Rogen. Like he totally, and I think it's funny too, because people are kind of like okay with that. Like they don't want Chris Pratt sounding like Chris Pratt, but they're like okay with Seth Rogen sounding like Seth Rogen. It's a very kind of weird double-edged sword there. Peter Abbott's Offender, he says The Last of Us plus Super Mario Brothers the movie equal 2023 the best year of video game movies. Yes. If only another Sonic was coming out this year, right? If only another Sonic was coming out, that would be fantastic. I'd be very, very, very okay with that because I love Sonic. I'm very happy. All right, and so okay, we're gonna watch this real quick here. This is because I gotta get to bed here pretty soon. So this is from Command Unit here, The Secret of Warhammer's Darkness. Check this one out real quick. War Gamers Unification.
It is time.
Okay.
Gentle listener, it is time to discuss a secret. It is time we returned to the wellspring, the source. And for you to truly understand Warhammer, any Warhammer, it is something you must know. You must. It is a thing of power, of wonder, that not merely forms our very understanding of evil, but also our perception of what it is to be good. For there is a power of such might that its influence cannot be ignored. Its presence is felt across all of the Warhammer settings and productions. Its shadow falls across every workstation, every desk, every keyboard at Games Workshop headquarters. Its influence is seen in every line of every model produced, every helmet, bolter, or sword. It is mixed in every pot of paint. Its taint affects every brush, box, or book. Its power is across every syllable, sentence, and paragraph from the Black Library. You do not know it, but it is there. You may not feel it, but its chill is ever present. For the grim darkness has it, is suffused with its influence. The shadow was passed to it by the Warhammer Fantasy line, cannot be ignored. And you must know what it is. You must! Some say it is the shattered mirror of the Emperor, some say it is the basis of all that went wrong. All of that aside, it has cast a shadow across all of fantasy literature since its creation. Without its influence there is no conflict, hence no drama, for it is the basis and genesis of every evil in the grimdark that you profess to love. I will now speak its language, but I guarantee, gentle listener, that you know it. For they are the words of power made popular by his lackey, his lieutenant, his lick-spittle, immortalized in play, book, and film. But it is he who invented the language, the darkest language of them all. So are you ready? Well, here goes. Naz Dubotu Naz Kibutul. One ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness bind them. In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie. For the Dark Lord Sauron once knelt to another greater being, the wellspring of all evil.
Interesting.
Morgoth.
Huh. I mean, try to connect Warhammer to Lord of the Rings. That's a blasphemous act to some people. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I thought this was Warhammer, not Lord of the Rings. I know. But it took a turn, right? It took a turn, yeah. It's interesting. It was interesting. That was supposed to be, yeah. It's supposed to be connecting Warhammer to Lord of the Rings, which is great. Did I see the final trailer for Star Trek Picard Season 3? I did. I know that it's out. I haven't watched it. I haven't seen any trailer for Star Trek Picard season 3. I haven't seen anything on Star Trek Picard since like the second episode. So of season 1. So, and I have a couple weeks until the new season drops. The showrunner of the show followed me on Twitter for some reason. I don't quite know, but he followed me on Twitter. That was kind of great. I keep getting followed by some of these showrunners, and I'm just like, that's cool, man. That's great. I enjoy it. I like to humble brag on that crap. So, but all right, guys, I think on that note, I have to get to bed. It's been a long week. Anyway, listen, so let me just kind of say at the end here, it's been a bit of a contemptuous episode. All right. Politics, is not always what I want to discuss here. I have a lot of deep-seated rage towards like stuff like Project Veritas and everything else. There's a lot that goes on. Sometimes some of the old shit rears its ugly head, I guess. But we'll aim for some. I might take tomorrow night off just in case. We'll see how I feel. But there's a lot to talk about, like The Last of Us. I need to watch that still. We'll see what happens. If there's the slate, if the slate comes out tomorrow night for DC, we'll talk about that. So with any luck, we'll get some of that information. But yeah. All right. But anyway, guys, listen, thank you very much. Oh, real quick at the end here. Got $10 super chat from Peter Abbas Defender. Thank you, buddy. It says here, well, I agreed with Mia Goth's statement about the Oscar should nominate performance for horror flicks. But Goth is still with Shia LaBeouf. LaBeouf is the worst kind of white privilege, and he should be in jail. Well, he was in rehab. For a while, and he got out. So, I think he's got some legal issues, but the thing with having money is it's having wealth privilege over, I think in this case, having it's affluency, I think is a word you want to use. Because of that affluency, he has the ability to kind of pay to get out of trouble. So that's unfortunate. But, if Mia Goth is a fantastic actress. So, maybe her relationship with Shia is something that benefits that. I got no freaking idea. But I do think that Mia's statement and then her relationship with Shia are kind of mutually exclusive, to be fair. But I see what you're saying. There, buddy. Anyway, though, thank you very much for that one. Really appreciate that. I'm going to go. I will talk to you guys later. Sorry, I'm yawning. All right, I'm going to go to bed because it's been a long fucking day. All right, guys. Night.